Good morning, guys, and welcome to Ride VIP, the Rideshare channel. My name is Serge, and in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about the new job I got. I understand that in some of the comment sections, I have replied to a lot of you guys, and I said working for Lyft and Uber does not seem profitable anymore, does not seem lucrative enough for me to continue doing the same old thing that I have enjoyed doing for the last 2.5 years. And not saying that I'm quitting. I will still do this as a side hustle, maybe like work like on the weekends, like Saturday and Sunday, if I want to do that, you know. But you guys already know I'm a hard worker, so maybe I'm not going to be quitting just yet. So you might be wondering, what job did I get myself? Well, I decided to work for Chrysler Jeep Dodge as a service technician at a car dealership. And it's an interesting story, and it's an interesting experience to go back to the 9 to 5 because this is kind of like what's it gonna be and stuff. So I gotta be at work at 8. It's a 1-hour drive for me, so because I am working in Charlotte, so that has not changed. But with that being said, before I continue, I do want to say that Chrysler Jeep Dodge is building a car dealership right where I live. So I will literally be like 11 minutes away from the car dealership. Now, they're saying it will take about 2 years for it to get built, but I'm thinking that since they started this year, that does count, and perhaps the end of the year will be the end of the year, and it will be built in year 2, which will be next year. So I'm kind of thinking, what a great opportunity, what a great way for me to be able to grow and become the better version of myself. And I think a car dealership is a really good way for me to do that because there's just so much opportunity for growth. Unlike just expediting, which I used to do, which is kind of like trucking, and doing Uber and Lyft, there's not a lot of opportunity for growth. We're kind of being phased out unless you choose to work in a luxury sector or like Uber Black and Lux Black. But I'm thinking this is slowly phasing away, and slowly the prices are dropping, and at the same time there's just so much competition. The competition is just constantly growing because I think at this point, the way things are, like the trucking industry right now, they're getting hammered by low wages. I'm talking about like for a semi-truck, they're getting paid in some cases like $1.30 per mile, and sometimes more, sometimes less. So I'm like, what? A big semi-truck with all that responsibility of a huge 53-foot trailer, in some cases weighted down to like, I don't know, like 40,000 pounds, right? That's a lot of responsibility, and on top of that, you got to get your CDL and things of that nature. Either work for a company or then you're working for yourself. And I think the biggest losers in that situation would be the owner operators, which I was an owner operator, and I wasn't driving a semi-truck, I was driving a Mercedes Sprinter van. Now, my dad, my uncles, they're still doing the trucking thing. Now, with that being said, let me tell you a little bit about the car dealership that I'm going to be working for. So, I decided to just walk in because the car, the same car dealership is getting built right where I live, and I'm thinking, I wonder if I could just get a job here because I'm good with cars. Cars are the things I think about most. It doesn't matter what I do, it always comes down to working on cars, okay? I don't know what it is. It's the blue collar worker in me, and me being a Gemini. I don't know if this is gonna make a lot of sense, but it feels like I'm always battling myself. There's one part of me, my other Gemini half, if we could call it that, wants to become a white collar worker, while the other one wants to stay blue collar. You know, and it feels almost like 6 months out of the year I am a blue collar worker, and the other 6 months I want to be the white collar worker. And in a way, even though rideshare is kind of like a blue collar working type of job, because of all the freedom that came along with it, it felt kind of like a white collar job, if that makes any sense. Just because you could dress how you want to, you could drive a luxury car, you could make some good money. It's just recently, it just felt to me like we're just not being rewarded the same way. And looking deeper into it, the prices are dropping even for luxury drivers. Let me know in the comment section below if you are luxury driver when it comes to Uber and Lyft, and if you feel like you're just not getting paid as much as you used to, if your pay is dropping. And let us know in the comments below, like, what is your 12 hours like gross? Because here's what I will tell you guys. Back when I started driving for Lyft, I first started driving for Lyft. I created 2 accounts at the same time, but I just started driving for Lyft with my 2013 Nissan Altima 4-cylinder, which was the way to go. Like, that was the car for it. I only had 45,000 miles on it, and head gasket went at 120. I'm just kind of like making a long story short there, because I do want to focus on the actual earnings. Now, when I first started, getting $100 every 4 hours, that was a given. That was like a given. Like, I would look, it doesn't matter when I worked. Of course, I chose to work from 6 to 6, which is probably prime time to earn. But I was making from, like, in 4 hours, $100, $100. So that's being gross, obviously. And at the end of the day, which would be 12 hours for me, just driving time for a Lyft, not including the commute or the lunch hour. And I'm stuck in traffic. Glorious Charlotte, stuck in traffic. I'm 4.6 miles away from work, and it says 13 minutes to get there. But anyways, so here we go. Yeah, and I thought, like, you know, $300, pretty good money. Pretty good money. Like, I mean, like, let me look at this. Like, $300 divided by 12, $25 an hour. Okay, not the best, but not the worst either. You know, because this is growth. I mean, gross. What that means is you still got to take your expenses out of it. And as you guys know, working for this type of job, your car takes a beating, you know. And as I mentioned, my Nissan Altima with 45,000 miles gave out at 120,000, and it was not the transmission, head gasket, because it had a catastrophic overheating type of issue, where it just lost all the water immediately. Like, it blew the side of the radiator out. There was actually no time for any smoke to come out. It just happened instantly, and the temperature gauge did not even have time to register that fact. It stayed still dead center. So, and it did not fail. I thought the gauge failed, but I did record a video of this when this was happening, because I am an automotive YouTuber, and as soon as it happened, I'm like, okay, camera action, and I recorded my dash, what's really going on. Just check engine light come on, and then boom. I was not even certain of the fact that overheated, because I thought, okay, check engine light, you know. I'm thinking, like, did I just lost a fuel pump? That my fuel injectors went out, that my spark plugs died. You know, anything could happen, okay? Ignition coils could fail, and then boom, your car is no longer drivable. But anyways, yeah, it's the head gasket. But moving on, I am very excited to be able to work for the car dealership. Like, seriously, like, I'm excited, like, to the fact that I almost cannot fall asleep. I don't know if this is a temporary thing, maybe just the excitement of being worked, you know, like excitement of going back to, to the 9 to 5, because technically I would not be excited to go back to the 9 to 5, but because this is something I enjoy doing, like, I'm actually excited. Like, I'm not scared. Like, this is great. Like, I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna challenge myself. I want to see how many cars I could do. And being a service technician, there's different ways of getting your money, making money, that is. So you could make hourly, you could be a flat rate mechanic, and you could be a hybrid model. And they're starting me off as a hybrid model because I'm basically new, and they said they're just gonna test myself. They're gonna put me in different areas and test different things, but guaranteed that I'll make that hourly wage. So I will not talk about how much I'm gonna get paid, because I think for once in my life I should just keep something to myself, and that is how much money I'm making as a mechanic. Also, because this is a 9 to 5, there's a possibility of my crew members, they're going to be watching maybe some of my videos, just maybe because they're curious to see what the heck is this guy doing on YouTube, right? And I don't want anybody to feel that they're being underpaid, or that I'm being underpaid, because like, this might not make any sense when what I'm getting ready to say next, but it's not about the pay for me at this point. It's actually about self-growth. It's about being satisfied with what I'm doing. It's about challenging myself. It's starting to feel like it's fulfilling, for myself. But with all of this being said, the next thing I'm gonna say, it's gonna sound probably a little bit crazy, even to myself, because I'm looking at them like, what? Did I do that? But I already had plenty of tools, okay? But recently, I bought myself a whole lot more. And I spent over $4,000 in tools, guys. I've bought myself 4 service carts, 2 mechanics carts that, you take around and stuff. I already had the bigger toolboxes that I don't need. And then I went out and I bought all kinds of organizers. I bought additional tools that I thought I needed. And then some, So that added up really quickly, to my surprise. But they love me at the Harbor Tools and Freight, because I'm a really good customer there, and they treat me really nice. They make me feel that I'm valued customer. So when I come in, and if I have like any issue, they help me out. But usually I'm good, But I've been getting a lot of stuff, like a lot of extra tools. I already have a lot from Icon brand, which is kind of like their version of Snap-on. But I just bought like normal stuff, like the Pittsburgh and the Quinn as well, and additional stuff that I thought I may need. So the reason I got the second mechanics cart, and I technically got like 4 service carts, because I gave each of my kids a service cart to make them feel like somehow they're part of this, because they're excited for me as well, and they're working on go-karts and tractors and whatnot. So I got myself a second cart to take to the dealership with me, so that I could have a service cart there and a mechanic's tool cart. With that being said, today is going to be my first day, and they said that I don't need to bring anything. I just need to come. That's it. And there's already tools there. They said you actually don't need to have any tools. I'm like, wow, that's cool, because most mechanics jobs, you got to bring your own tools. You got to have your own service carts and your own toolbox and mechanics service carts and stuff like that. Like, you got to have all that, and I don't have to have that here. Okay, so with that being said, though, I did bring some tools with me, of course. Why not? But I focus more on a really big battery powered Earthquake Ultra 1500 foot-pound breakaway torque for the lug nuts. I brought that with me, and any additional bolts. And I also brought just like a 1/2 inch well, I mean, excuse me, like a 3/8. No, oh my gosh, like why am I saying like wrong? Like a quarter inch ratchet, which is Milwaukee, which is kind of like one of those side ratchets, and then I got sort of like a gun type uh, by Cobalt, which is also a quarter inch, because I think that's gonna be like the most used. And I also bought a Torx one with me as well, in case I need to remove like anything else, and I could also use that as a backup as well. So I don't know what I'm gonna be doing, right? But I mean, the first day it's just gonna be like a short day. It's gonna be like a pretty easy day. But they said they may uh, get me to work with rest of the guys and stuff, and I'm sure they're gonna get me to meet everybody and explain different things. So here's something that's exciting, guys. They're gonna give me 2 bays already. That means I'm gonna have to take 2 lifts, 2 bays, 2 lifts. So that's gonna be very exciting. Like, that's like really cool, because most mechanics, they usually get like 1 bay. I'm gonna get 2, and I'm gonna be like stuck next to the foreman, because apparently he's gonna be like training me. So I do feel that I'm coachable, I'm trainable, because I actually told him, like, look, here's what I do, but I'm not gonna say like I know everything. I'm not gonna like resist like learning, and like no work is beneath me. Like, I'm willing to do anything when it comes to cars. Like, I don't care. um and I'd say the income that they gave me is fair. It is on par with what I get with Uber and Lyft. I actually think this is actually more. Also, as a flat rate mechanic, there's potential to earn more. Like, let's just say, like, right, for instance, let's just throw out there, let's say you get paid $30 an hour, right? So if you're a flat rate mechanic and they give you a job for like a 2-hour job, right? It pays 2 hours, but you do it in 30 minutes, you still get paid $30 an hour. So you'll get like $60 and you're done in 30 minutes. So you could really make a lot of money, So that's like really good for me, and there's just like so much opportunity for growth there. So I also want to challenge myself and figure out, do I really like working on cars just whole day? Boom, 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 boom. Like, will I really like that? Okay? I don't know yet. But here's the thing. All the cars that I've been working on at home, I've been working outside. And when it rains, I can't work, obviously. When it's really cold, I really don't feel like working. But working inside of the shop, having a lift, having all the like amenities and stuff, like where there's probably going to be like heat in the wintertime, and it's going to be cool in the summertime. I mean, like, I'm thinking like wow, like that's already good. I don't have that. But in the meantime, I've been buying a lot of these tools and all the stuff, because I do have my own 16 by 24 garage, which is enough for me to pull a car in. But right now it's undergoing slight renovation that I'm working on, and it's already done. I just got to get like the stuff out of there, and then I'll be able to pull the cars in, like my own cars, and then service them there and stuff. So what do I want to say next? So the next thing I want to say is about actually coming back to the 9 to 5. That's what I want to say. Like, how do I feel about that? Because I almost I mean, I probably said this before, because I certainly thought it like in my head, that I never wanted to go back to the 9 to 5, just because I really enjoy my freedom. But with that being said, all of the jobs that I have in the past that were not rewarding, like I liked them, I enjoyed them. I did really well at those jobs. I was always praised for my work. I've done anything from working at a construction site to working for a Mako that did paint. I did. I worked for a steel company before, welding, cutting, grinding steel, putting stuff together. It was not like rewarding to do those things, because, like, for instance, like in paint, I was a taper. Like, I mean, that was just my job. Like, I had to tape, and sometimes they made me sand. That was fun. I mean, I did it, but like that was like so like repetitive. It did not allow me to really challenge myself. Also, I worked in a shop environment, and a lot of times because of all the signing, it's dusty environment. There was no masks provided. Uh, I did not actually get paid enough to do that type of work. I'll tell you what I was getting paid. This was like back in like 1998. That was a while ago. So I was getting paid $8 an hour, and I was taping 8 cars a day. So after I stopped doing that, I went for the steel company, got $9 an hour. So yeah, a little upgrade, but I worked there for a year and a half. Now that environment's a huge sort of like warehouse environment with no walls. So each end of the warehouse has an open the whole wall is like open, like, you know, on both sides. So that means there's wind coming through. Like, it's cold in the wintertime, it's super hot in the summertime. So it felt like I'm working inside of a tin can that's being heated up, you know. So not very fun. Also lots of smoke, lots of dust. But I think as being a mechanic, you know, it should be nicer environment. Like, you know, just gonna be like wrenching away and just doing my stuff like in a shop, because I was doing that outside already, which, like I said, not fun, but hey, I enjoy doing it still. This is why I still did it. This is why I always come back to it. But I'm thinking, interesting. I wonder what's it gonna be like. But anyways, I am happy to say that I'm arriving at the car dealership that I'm going to be working for, and I will record a video kind of like just explaining to you guys like what's my first day and things like that. Now, I was planning, once I finish my job at 5, I was planning to do some ride share, but today I got to go to the DMV because the Chrysler 300, I need to put it back on insurance. I got to get the tags for it. And so I'll see about that. So with that being said, all of the videos that I'm going to be posting from me working for the car dealership, which is going to be like exciting, I'm going to be posting them to my some stuff is going to go to my main channel, but I started a brand new channel. It's got 120 subscribers right now, and I'm going to be posting videos to the channel that's called Zimaleta Motors. If you guys are interested in checking it out and just see, like, you know, what's it like and things of that nature, you know, please just, you know, go check it out and subscribe to my channel. I will be leaving a link in the description below. So please check it out. And, you know, if you want to follow that, but like, hey, maybe you're curious and you would like to actually maybe work as a mechanic, I could help you get started. I could let you know what's it all about and things like that. So I'm trying to figure out, because I haven't been like told before, like where the employee parking is. I think I figured this out, because this is kind of like in the back tucked away. I'm just going to back in here and go inside. But guys, like I'm like super excited. I will be making like short little videos, and I may post some videos just for the curiosity. I'm sure there is some curiosity to find out, you know, what's it like, what's the place that I'm working at, you know, things like that for you guys. And I'll continue still doing rideshare. I'm not changing the channel to becoming an automotive channel now. I'm just gonna leave things as they are. But anyways, guys, it was a pleasure speaking to you guys. Thank you so much for watching this. Take care of yourself, and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.